Hi, everyone. My name is Elliot Kim, and my co-author is Anand, and welcome to our presentation. The title of our study is College Students' Non-COVID Health-Seeking Behavior by Health Insurance Status. While college students are young and less likely to suffer from chronic diseases than older adults, they often face a variety of medical conditions such as acne, allergies, and cold and viruses, and mental health issues as well, like stress, anxiety, and depression. College students need health insurance because those who do not could incur expenses due to an unexpected injury or illness that may affect their ability to remain in school and progress towards graduation. This contextualizes our study in the two main questions that we're trying to answer. So one, how do college students take advantage of their health insurance benefits? And two, how do they utilize healthcare services during the pandemic? The purpose of this study is to examine the relationship between college students' health insurance status and their non-COVID health-seeking behavior during the pandemic. So for our methodology, data was collected as part of a larger anonymous Qualtrics survey given to UT Austin undergraduate and graduate students. This survey was created by the Student Health Advisory Committee, an organization that both Supriya and I are a part of. The survey assessed student health insurance status by options of yes, no, and I don't know. Healthcare seeking behavior was then measured using three different questions. So the first question asks to what extent the pandemic impacted students' access to healthcare using a 5-point Likert scale. The second question asks the likelihood to seek in-person care compared to before the pandemic using a 4-point Likert scale. And the third question asks whether students have avoided care during the pandemic by options of yes, no, or not applicable. We then analyzed the data by a Kruskal-Wallis test with post-hoc Dunn test and a chi-squared test. For our demographic data, we found that 84.1% of the respondents were insured, 10.7% were uninsured, and surprisingly 5.2% were unaware of their insurance status. 75% of students responded that the pandemic impacted their access to general healthcare, while 55% of students responded that the pandemic impacted their access to mental health services. Similarly, nearly half the respondents said that they avoided or delayed general health care during the pandemic, but only 24% of students said that they avoided or delayed mental health care during the pandemic. This difference may be attributed to student use of support systems and self-care practices to improve or maintain their mental health. As for the differences between student insurance status, we found significant differences in their access to healthcare for both general and mental health. We also found statistically significant differences in the likelihood to seek in-person care and avoidance or delay of healthcare for general health, but no significant differences found for mental health. The results of our study support previous literature that indicate how the pandemic has affected health-seeking behavior and access to health services among student populations. The results also emphasize the disparities that different student populations face in the wake of the pandemic, especially those that are uninsured and unable to access necessary health services. One notable statistic that we observed in this study was the population of students who were unaware of their health insurance status. This information gives rise to the importance of health insurance literacy among students and the need to promote this type of education and discussions around navigating different insurance options in public universities. Since the survey was administered at the end of 2020, future studies could build upon our survey by following up and assessing current health-seeking behaviors and how they compare with the early pandemic behaviors that we observed. Thank you.